Hello everyone, and welcome to History of the Ancient World. Today we're embarking on a journey to explore two of the most powerful and influential civilizations ever to grace our planet, ancient Rome and ancient Egypt. It's a tale of two giants, separated by deserts and seas, yet their destinies would become profoundly intertwined. Let's start with Egypt, a land of mystique, pharaohs and pyramids, born from the fertile banks of the Nile River. For thousands of years this civilization flourished, a beacon of stability and tradition. Their story began long before Rome was even a thought, around 3100 BC. The Egyptians gave us monumental architecture that still baffles engineers today. Think about the Great Pyramids of Giza, a testament to their incredible organization, mathematical prowess, and deep religious beliefs. They believed the pharaohs were divine rulers, gods on earth, tasked with maintaining cosmic order, or Ma'at. Their society was a complex hierarchy, with scribes, priests, soldiers, and farmers, all playing vital roles. They developed one of the world's first writing systems, hieroglyphics, to record their history, myths, and administrative details on papyrus scrolls. Mummification wasn't just a spooky ritual. It was a sophisticated practice rooted in their profound belief in an eternal afterlife, a journey for the soul that required the body's preservation. From the powerful reigns of pharaohs like Khufu and Ramesses the Great to the captivating era of Tutankhamun, Egypt was a land steeped in magic, gods, and an unwavering connection to the life-giving Nile. Now, let's journey across the Mediterranean to the Italian peninsula, where a different kind of power was brewing. According to legend, Rome was founded in 753 BC by the twin brothers Romulus and Remus. Unlike Egypt's divine monarchy, Rome began as a kingdom, then evolved into a republic. This was revolutionary. The Roman Republic was built on the idea of shared governance, with elected officials, a powerful senate, and a complex system of laws. The concept of SPQR, Senatus Populusque Romanus, the Senate and people of Rome, was at the heart of their identity. This wasn't a civilization that relied on staying put. Rome was defined by its relentless expansion. Its legendary legions, highly disciplined and brilliantly organized, marched across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. They were master engineers, not just of war machines, but of civilization itself. They built incredible roads that connected their vast empire, massive aqueducts that supplied cities with fresh water, and grand structures like the Colosseum, a stage for epic gladiatorial contests. Latin, their language, became the foundation for many modern languages, and their legal principles still influence legal systems around the world today. For a long time, these two worlds existed separately, each a powerhouse in its own right. But as Rome's influence grew, a collision was inevitable. The story of Rome and Egypt's intersection is one of politics, romance, and conquest, and is dominated by some of history's most famous figures. Enter the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt. After Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, his general Ptolemy took over, establishing a Greek-speaking line of pharaohs. The final and most famous of this line was, of course, Cleopatra VII. She was brilliant, multilingual, and a shrewd political operator who understood that Egypt's survival depended on navigating the treacherous waters of Roman politics. This is where things get really dramatic. The late Roman Republic was in turmoil, torn apart by civil wars between powerful men. Cleopatra first allied herself with Julius Caesar. Their alliance was both political and personal, and it resulted in a son, Caesarion. Cleopatra hoped this union would secure her throne and Egypt's independence, placing her son in a position of immense power. For a time, it worked. Caesar's presence in Alexandria solidified her rule. But history, as we know, is unpredictable. The assassination of Julius Caesar on the Ides of March in 44 BC threw the Roman world into chaos once again. Cleopatra had to choose her next move carefully. She found a new ally and lover in Mark Antony, one of Caesar's most powerful generals. Their partnership was legendary, a blend of genuine affection and strategic ambition. They envisioned a grand Eastern Empire, ruled from Alexandria, a rival to Rome itself. They were a true power couple of the ancient world. But this alliance put them on a direct collision course with Caesar's adopted son and heir, Octavian. The final showdown came at the naval battle of Actium in 31 BC. The forces of Antony and Cleopatra were decisively defeated by Octavian's fleet. The lovers fled back to Egypt, but their fate was sealed. Facing capture, Antony and Cleopatra both chose to take their own lives, a tragic end to a legendary romance. With Cleopatra's death, the 3,000-year-old dynastic rule of the pharaohs came to an end. Egypt was no longer an independent kingdom, but a province of the Roman Empire, personally controlled by Octavian, who would soon become Augustus, the first Roman emperor. The Roman annexation of Egypt was a pivotal moment. For Rome, Egypt was the ultimate prize. It was incredibly wealthy, a breadbasket whose vast grain supplies could feed Rome's burgeoning population and prevent riots. The wealth of the pharaohs flowed into Roman coffers, funding massive building projects and strengthening the emperor's power. Roman culture began to seep into Egyptian life, and likewise, Egyptian culture fascinated the Romans. The worship of Egyptian gods like Isis and Serapis spread throughout the Roman Empire, becoming incredibly popular. Egyptian motifs, like obelisks and sphinxes, were brought to Rome and appeared in Roman art and architecture. You can still see Egyptian obelisks standing in the piazzas of Rome today, a lasting symbol of this ancient connection. So when we look back, we see two distinct yet connected stories. Egypt, the ancient mystical land of gods and pharaohs, which gave the world monumental wonders and a deep sense of permanence. And Rome, the dynamic, pragmatic powerhouse of legions and laws, which built an empire that shaped the course of Western civilization. Their interaction was a clash of titans, a story of ambition, love, and conquest that marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. The legacy of both civilizations is all around us, in our languages, our laws, our architecture, and our collective imagination. They remind us that even the greatest empires rise and fall, but their stories, carved in stone and written on papyrus, live on forever. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the history of the ancient world. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into our fascinating past. We'll see you in the next one.